All right, let's dive into the hidden rules of money. The systems that are quietly shaping your financial life, whether you realize it or not. And we're also going to explore a really powerful tool that can give you a serious edge in mastering them. You know that feeling, right? You get that email, you've been paid. You see the big number. But then the number that actually lands in your bank account is, well, a little sadder. You scroll down the pay stub and see this whole list of invisible forces that have already taken their cut. Federal tax, state tax, Social Security, you name it. And that brings us to the first hidden rule of the game: taxes. I mean, they're basically the cost of having a functioning society, right? They pay for everything from roads to schools. You've got income tax on what you earn, sales tax on what you buy. It's kind of like the entry fee for playing in the financial system we're all a part of. So, if you want to get ahead, you really have to master these rules. It all comes down to understanding the two big forces that are always at play: interest, which can build your wealth like crazy, and inflation, which can silently drain it away. Think about interest. It is a total double-edged sword. When you're in debt, it's a relentless force working against you, turning small amounts into these huge problems. But when you invest, it becomes your most powerful ally, literally compounding your money 24/7. The whole game is just about making sure interest works for you, not against you. And then there's inflation, the quiet thief. Your $5 bill always says $5, but over time, it just buys you less and less stuff. It's this constant slow-motion drain on your purchasing power. To win this game, your money has to grow faster than prices are going up. Simple as that. Okay, with all these rules working in the background, it can definitely feel a bit rigged, can't it? So the big question is there a way to not just play the game, but to get a real advantage? To automate, to analyze, and to understand this whole world on a much deeper level. Well, the answer lies in a modern power tool. It's one that was specifically designed for humans to solve really complex problems. And I bet it's not what you're thinking. This quote from its creator says it all. This is the whole philosophy behind Python. It was built from the very beginning to be simple, to be intuitive. It wasn't made for some elite group of coders. It was made for regular people who just want to solve problems and get stuff done. So what is it really? The easiest way to think about Python is as a translator. You type in these simple English-like commands, and Python does the heavy lifting, translating them into the binary, the zeros and ones that a computer actually understands. You don't have to speak machine, you just speak a simplified version of English. And this is exactly why it's such a favorite for beginners. The syntax is just so clean and readable, it almost looks like plain English. And what's really cool is you can often do something in one line of Python that might take like 5 or 10 lines in other languages. It's just incredibly efficient. Okay, this is the most important part. The barrier to entry is just incredibly low. You do not need to be a tech person. You don't need a math background or an engineering degree. Seriously, if you can think logically and you're willing to practice a little bit, you can absolutely learn this. It's a skill that's accessible to literally everyone, no matter what your background is. So on one hand, we've got these complex financial rules. On the other, we have this simple, really powerful tool. Now let's see what happens when you bring a data tool to a financial data problem. This is where it gets fun. So how does this actually look in the real world? Well, a lot of us use spreadsheets for our financial tasks, but Python just operates on a totally different level. It can chew through massive data sets that would literally make Excel crash. And for all that repetitive work, you write the code one time and it runs forever, automating tasks that used to take you hours. And let's be super clear here. This is not about throwing away the tools you already know and love. It's about supercharging them. Adding Python to your skill set is like giving your current abilities a massive upgrade. It makes everything you already do faster, way more powerful, and completely automated. And this isn't some theoretical idea. It's happening right now, all across the entire financial industry. From analyzing stock market trends to detecting fraud in real time, Python is the engine driving modern finance. Why? Because it's fast, it's versatile, and it can handle enormous amounts of data. Just think about what that really means for a second. Imagine analyzing every single credit card transaction you've made for the last 10 years to find every subscription you forgot to cancel. A task that's basically impossible to do by hand becomes something a simple script can do in seconds. That is the power of automation. Okay, so we've got the rules of the financial game, and we've got a powerful tool to navigate them. But to make any of this actually work, you need to invest the single most valuable asset that you have. But first, let's just quickly talk about value. What is it? It's just a shared belief. I mean, gold is only valuable because for thousands of years we've all agreed it is. The whole financial system works exactly the same way. It's this huge, complex structure built entirely on shared beliefs and rules. But, learning the rules and learning the code, that's only half the battle. Your success, your real success, requires something way more fundamental. And that asset is time. It is the single most powerful force in both building wealth and in building skills. With time, a small investment can grow into a fortune. And with time, learning a new skill like Python can open up totally new career paths and opportunities you never even imagined. This is how regular people build extraordinary wealth. It's not about getting lucky or trying to time the market. It's about consistency and patience. By starting early and just investing regularly, they let that incredible force of compound growth do the work for them over decades. They don't try to beat the system, they use the system. When it comes right down to it, money can be earned and spent, but time can only be invested. So whether that's investing in the market to let your money grow or investing in yourself to learn new skills, the question is always the same. How are you using your most valuable asset to build the future that you want?